Concussions have become a widely discussed topic within the sports community the past few years. What started as a couple of unexplainable suicides and deaths has turned into an epidemic. Football has taken the world by storm all over the United States, and one of the biggest reasons for this is because of the violence that ensues with and without the clock running. Every Sunday during the fall season, everyone is either hunkered in their houses or at a bar with their eyes fixed on the TV in front of them, and because of this, more and more young boys are being influenced to start playing football, a lot before they can even hold their own football in their hand. I believe that under the age of 15, football should be played as a low-impact sport to avoid injury, especially concussions. Today, I'm going to be talking about the most common injuries that occur in football, the long-lasting effects, and how we can solve this problem. Football is one of the most dangerous sports in the United States, and with that comes many small and many career-ending injuries. Some examples of injuries that can occur while playing the sport are broken bones, torn ACL, dislocation, and a big one, concussion. According to Kevin Seifert, within the NFL 2022 season, there were 149 documented concussions out of the 271 games, which is an 18% increase from the year prior. And that's not even counting the number of undocumented concussions that occurred. Within the game itself, and especially college and the NFL, concussions are extremely common as there is so much violence that ensues on the field. There is constant helmet against helmet impact and many occurrences where the player is being thrown on their head or their neck. Since football is such a popular sport, many young boys are watching every move, and then they try to replicate it on the field when they are playing. Their bodies and brains are way too underdeveloped to be having this constant hard impact every game. Concussions are a serious, reoccurring issue within the football community that needs to be highly addressed. Before and even after the research was done, many people believed that concussions had no long-term effects on one's health, but that has somewhat recently been proven false. After much research on deceased football/hockey players and wrestlers' brains, there is a common factor of something called CTE in many of their brains. CTE, also known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, is the clumping of a protein called tau in certain areas of the brain. With CTE comes many symptoms like headaches, dizziness, memory problems, dementia, erratic and impulsive behavior, depression, and much, much more. The cause is found to be from multiple severe head injuries within one's life, which is the reason for so many football players having it. And it's not only the concussions that are 100% the problem, but how they are dealt with after the fact. Many players are taught to be a man and not show that they are in pain, especially since they don't want to be pulled out of the game. So many times after a concussion occurs, players will go right back into the game and act like nothing happened, making the injury much, much worse. So when you get a concussion and just think you will be perfectly fine and can go back to normal life a couple weeks later, you are wrong. There are lasting effects that you can continue to have for the rest of your life. Now, the problem seems pretty easy to fix, which is to just stop playing football altogether. But obviously, that's not ethical. Football is a widely loved sport throughout the country that many refuse to give up. So instead of getting rid of the sport altogether, there needs to be a way to try and help prevent more future problems from occurring. A good amount of concussions occur when in elementary and middle school. You always saw the kid walking into class with sunglasses on, even on the cloudiest of days. Getting a concussion at that age can be the most detrimental, as your brain is still developing. I believe that we need to make the sport less of a risk to younger kids by trying to get rid of the violence. Obviously, when you become an adult, you can make your own decisions, and also most likely know the consequences of your actions. But as a kid, all you can think about is playing. You don't fully understand the grasp of what you're doing to your body, which is why football should be a low-impact sport until the age of 15. This could cause much less future problems and prevent CTE cases from occurring in the future. In conclusion, football is a sport that can cause many future neurological problems in people of almost any age. It is such a dangerous sport that many people end up dying because of the lasting impacts. Kids should not be subjected to this violence at such a young age and should instead be taught how to play without the hard hitting. It could cause so much less concussions and future problems from occurring. Thank you.